Hello, everybody. This is William Hall Auto Interiors. This is what we're doing. It's a center console, and we're putting it in a 1955 Bel Air convertible. And the way it was covered before was, which it was basically about falling apart, but they had it just white. Really not exactly the same color as the white that was in the car. So that's kind of a bright white. We're going to walk over there. I'm going to show you the car. Hope everybody can hear me pretty clear. So anyway, I took this console over to the car. We probably need to test fit it one more time before we start covering it, to make sure that everything's just right. But we took and put this seam sealer. Well, no, that wasn't seam sealer. It was liquid nails. The way the thing was put together was kind of shackly. Yeah, it's pretty flimsy, but anyway, they had the console cup holders and stuff already put in there. It wasn't 100% what I thought it should have been, but we put this pad on top of it. It's closed cell foam. It's what you put on a Landau top, so you can look right here and tell. It's not very thick, but I do have some more pad right here that we're going to make the cover out of with this. And we're going to walk over there to the shop. It does have a few little creases in it right here where the foam was folded. That's going to be all right. So we'll come over here real quick and I'll show you where the how we got it fixed. I'm trying to make these trying to make the carpet match up. To the console. That way it's if we make it match the console, and it's a car. So it's a pretty decent car for a driver. And we put this carpet in here. Still got to do some stuff to it, but this right here, we want to make sure that it's like going to fit. That ain't up under there all the way, is it, Wes? Hold that camera right here. Let me see. It looked like it needed to go up under here. Am I too far or something? Okay. So we can't have any pad on top of this up here because it's so tight between the dash. And I cut this down right here. I added a little bit to it, a piece of plastic that that will move a little bit. But I'm gonna come from right here at the edge of the carpet and go up with the carpet and go across. I don't want the carpet to go all the way up. We do have some orange that's about this color, so we're gonna try to put the orange up here and come around here like this with the carpets to match this carpet right here. That way it kind of blends this carpet in with the console. Excuse me. And he's got the speakers and stuff right here. We done put that screen in, so there is enough room to actually wrap the material over that. The other side, I didn't cut it exactly like that. The heater, and it can't go all the way up. We can't fill this in right here because the heater's right here. And we got to have it where the heat can come out. Okay. getting about time with us to change the class. So what we're going to do, we're going to take and draw some lines on here, the way that we want to put the carpet on this right here. So I'm thinking we're going to come all the way up to this. The other carpet comes right here, and we're going to come all the way up to this point right here. And we'll take this right here and make us a pattern. If you look at this, this is taller right here. This is taller right here than this. So whoever made this right here, I really don't know how they was actually getting the measurements on it. So I'm just gonna go at an angle like this right here, like that. That because this right here, I can look at it and tell. This right here is 6.5, and this right here is 6. So that's a ½ inch difference between up here and right here. I really don't know why they made that like that, but hey, what do you do? And we got some paper or something with some plastic or something.
Yeah, paper, but I ain't got no plastic that you can see through.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna see if I can find a piece of clear plastic back here. You got some?
Cut it up.
That'll work. I'm only gonna use it for as a pattern, so what I'm gonna do is just cut a piece of this off, just so I can get me a pattern for both sides. I thought we had some, and we probably do. The clear plastic for like boat windows and stuff like that.
No, we're out of that.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. This part down here at the bottom, this part, I want to leave it a little bit long because I want to put binding on it, like make me some binding to where it's just like a raw edge. So it's going to stick over just a little bit. I could roll it over. I could roll it over, but I honestly think that it'll look better if I put a binding on it. That right there, good. Hold on. Let me mark it. Just to hold it in place a little bit. If I mark it right here, then I can get my line exactly right where I need it to be whenever I go to cut that bottom edge. All right, and that's my pattern right here that I want, where I can put my angle on my seam on my carpet that I'm gonna put up here. You know, I'm gonna have to add a little bit to it just to get to that point. All right, and right here, I think I am gonna roll that edge right there over. this edge right here, roll it over, put this part right here, it'll be binded on the bottom. This is just for my carpet right here. Make this a little bit longer. I got to make this up here a little bit longer. I don't want this carpet hanging down past the board too much, but an inch is fine. So there's my carpet pattern right here. This part up here, if you looked at the car, this part up here was red right here. And he wanted the red and white on this piece right here. So what I'm gonna do is make this part right here, this part all right in here. I'm gonna make it white, and I'm gonna make from here up red, because this part right here touches the dash. And I want all this part right here red. We actually got to looking around and found some it's kind of a reddish orange color. Well, he found it, and that right there matched about as close as we can get it right here. So we'll take this piece right here. All right, we'll take that piece right here, and we'll put it right here. This side, I know is different, but we're going to try to make it work. Make this pattern right here work. Did not want to come off. Right here. If I can get an idea in between the lines, you know, I can kind of curve it myself. Okay, so we see that we got them dots. It's just like trace the dots. So we'll come right up through here, just like this. Just like that. Just like that. Maybe my line right here could have been a little straighter, but what I'm gonna do is bead that right here out anyway, like that, with this grinder. Everywhere the seams is gonna be, if I just put that piece of carpet up here, it's just gonna be sticking up like that. You want it to look like it's made into the piece. So, and right across here, when I put that seam in here, you want that seam to kind of be down in there and not sitting up on top. You don't want it bulged up. So we're gonna take this little wheel right here. It looks like it's trying to come off kind of. Other than making a mess, that works pretty good for grooving. It does need to go all the way out to the wood. I'm gonna say it does make a mess, but
It's in the green tote back there. Good afternoon, Philip.
this line right here don't have to be perfectly straight right here. It ain't perfectly straight, but it's straight enough that I can put my straight line on my material down in. Spam ribs. We get them all day long. We don't like them, but there's a whole lot we can do about it. Don't seem like. We took a little piece of paper that we saved and just kind of smoothed the edges around on this right here, just to smooth it up. So we got our grooves in there. I'm actually wondering if I need to go around this back side right here, because I am gonna have to sew something around here, or either we got that height that we're gonna staple on it. So it might not matter. It might just be a flat seam. This right here is going up next to the seat. This part right here. We want it to look good, but we don't want to have to spend all day on it. He don't want to. I'm sure he don't want to put that kind of money in. All right, so right here, I believe if I just take a little bit of this right here off, right about here, I can get all the pieces, because all I got to have is this on the sides. Whoever made this ain't gonna give us a whole lot of I don't know if they just looked at it and made it or what, but whatever it was, they didn't do a whole lot of measure. So needless to say, I can't pull out no tape measure and start measuring on this box right here when I don't think it's got a straight place on it. I just got to cover it the best way I can. If you look at these lines, the way it's going down this side and that side, each side is not the same. Matter of fact, this one's got a little bit of a curve in it right here. All right, so we know that's the top and that's the bottom seam right here. don't know if I really like them scissors right there. If you're doing this right here, kind of like I'm doing it right now, once you get, I mean, you can cut it a little bit. If you got to slide it back, you can slide it back. Because I got all this excess up here. But just slide it back if you need to. But get it to where you can see it. If you got another hand, I guess you can get a marker and go around it like this right here. But I can look at it like this and tell that it's close right there. I got my groove right in here. All right, that's my pattern right here for this. Just like that, just that section right there. If I have to trim it, I've got enough right here I can trim it. What I don't think is, I don't think the side right here is the same as this side. So there's a good bit different from one side to the next on this. So here we are. That goes right here. And I got to cut this side right here out.
That's your front piece.
Okay, that's my front. Maybe this piece. Especially keeping me straight here. All right, just like so, just like that. All right, so there's my pattern for this. We want to keep it in that groove right there. Just like that. All right, so we got that. And it needs to be just a little bit on this side. So if I put a seam right here, you know I need to take some of that out. A little bit of that. Unless I put a French seam in, I mean, I wouldn't have to take as much out. That's probably what I'm gonna have to do. Is just put a little bit of the French seam in it. And take a little bit of this right here out where that seam right here goes. We'll put this together in pieces. Like I'll do this top section right here, put it together to where I can get it all fitting just right. Then I cut my carpet out down here. I cut this piece right here out. And so this piece is gonna be white, and I'm gonna sew this part right here to the part that's gonna be red. Wesley done got me some Wesley done got me some foam up here. This is some headliner right here that we had. We had a little bit of glue that got on it, so instead of throwing it away, we're just gonna use it on this. This flat out costs too much to waste it. Tell you the truth. Just to keep up with it, you know, write a little something on there. If you hold your spray gun away from it, like 3 foot, it won't blow it near as bad and still get glue on it, like this. But if you go down close to it, you're gonna wind up getting possibly blowing it and getting some glue on the other side of it. I'm not crazy about this color combination. I know it's an old color, but red and what is it, cream, Wesley?
Sure.
What color is it?
I don't know.
I mean, I know that ain't white, but over there in that car, this really matches it very close. It could have turned over the years. I turned it a little bit darker, but we're trying to match what's in there. So we're just trying to come up with something that's close. And that did match pretty close. So we'll stick this right here down. You can tell that blush is right through this material. It will fade away though. He said it looked bad. I think he was right. Yeah. I wanted to put some chrome on it because the car's got a good bit of chrome on it. I inlaid the chrome in it. I just don't know for sure if I can make that happen. All right, so we'll take all these pieces over here to the sewing machine, put some red thread on there. I don't know if you want white thread or contrast thread, but I'm just gonna put red thread on it. This bottom seam down here, it's just gonna be like a stitched seam. It ain't gonna have nothing in between it or nothing like that. But these right here, right there, they might look better if they're a French seam. Look, I need bright red. Didn't I have some orange one time? Man, that's orange. I don't want to use that. I got some red over here. Look over there in that cabinet and see if you see any orange. Wesley's looking, so maybe he can find some orange. I had a small orange Wesley somewhere around here. Who knows? You ain't found nothing? Damn, that's
dirty.
That's damn.
It's almost orange.
Yeah, that's mighty orange right there now. I might can just use red West. It's pretty much in the red family.
You use white? Will it be in white and red?
Huh? That's all right. I'll just use this red over here. If it ain't this ain't a Firethorn red or nothing like that, but it's just a red. You know, you want it to be close. Oh, here's that orange. You know that's too orange right there.
Yeah, that's pumpkin orange.
Damn right. Okay. I knew I had a small orange, but we'll go with this. That ain't red. That ain't red enough. That's, here's a red.
A little dark.
This here one here you can't find it. That's mighty red. Tell them we got something red around here with something what different color. We'll just use this. It might be the same color as what I got. I just don't know. This looks closer. Let's see. Which one looks closer, Wes? Shit, I can't tell anymore.
The bigger ball, the bigger spool of thing to
Think
me.
it goes with it better?
Mm-hmm. Ain't neither one of them 100%, but
Yeah.
check it, make sure it's good thread.
Yeah. Hey, even though it's brand new, it might not be just right.
And like I said, neither one of them are perfect.
We always check it like this. Okay, that's really good. I bought a bunch of thread one time. I mean, like a lot of it, like a pallet of thread, different assortments and stuff. I used to get stuff like that all the time. I had this lady work. She thought being I bought all that thread, some of it was like free. But it didn't hurt me. I guess I'm still here. Give me a little piece of that right there, Wesley. Let me check it. Just see what it looks like before I sew it.
Scab yourself.
Yeah. That ain't too bad, is it? Look at it, see what you think.
You really can't see the thread at all.
So it goes just like this. I left that a little long. You can always trim it. It's just really hard to add some to it. I gauged this right here with the edge of the foot. Keep it straight. When this right here is right in someone's eye, this seam needs to be straight. I mean, like really straight. If it's off just a little bit, it don't have to be much, just a fraction. This right here will show up as really bad. So always take your time sewing them French seams, making sure that they are just right, like that. Because if they're not, I promise you, it will make a bad looking job. And if you have to, they sell these cordon, this French seam foot. That's a little guide right here. You can put it on there and you take that guide, and that guide goes right here in the seam. So whenever you're sewing, zip, 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 you just keep it right in the seam. Now you got it just right. So we know this one right here was a little different. So we're going to take this before I sew the French seam or anything like that in there. We're going to make sure that this right here fits like it's supposed to. All right, so we know it has to go down to the bottom, just like that. And that's a good test fit right there. Always make sure and check your work and make sure that you're going to be inside that groove right here that I put on here. That way your seam will lay down flat. can't stress enough. Make sure that this seam right here, whenever you're doing one like this, make sure that that seam right there is straight. Because if it ain't, it won't look good. If it's got just any little wobble in it, it shows up. If you got a double stitch machine, it sews this automatically, then you don't have to worry about it. But I don't. So this is the old school way with a chisel and a stone. Like I said, I left that piece right there a little long. I did that on purpose, where I could have plenty to fold back up under there. So we're gonna check it again. All right, just like this. Everything's lining up. We're gonna come right here. That's where my carpet's gonna go, just like right in that seam right there. Just like that. We're gonna come over here on this side, and I'll mark that, and I'm gonna cut it with a razor. I'm gonna cut that because that foam can't go through that groove. It ain't got enough allowance to go around here. So I'm gonna mark that when I get it all done. When I get it pulled tight, I'll mark it. I'll take it back, cut that right there out. You got to be extremely careful not to go through and cut the other side of the material. All right, so now we got this done. All these little excess pieces right here, like right here, you can come back and cut that right there down to make it smoother. You want it smooth as you can get it. See how that's sticking up? You don't want that sticking up. So you need to come in here. Don't cut your stitching, but just cut it down to where it's laying smooth. So we're done with this part. Just like that. I know it don't look that good right now, but I mean, it's a puzzle. I mean, we're putting it together, so you got to go with what you got till we get there to that point. All right, here's this piece right here. I should take and turn it down and cover the whole thing at one time like that. I might need to do that. That way I got this whole back already covered. All right, so let me come right here. Sometimes I can cut a straighter line than I can draw, because I got a ruler. So there we are, just like that, all the way down. That's a little bit hanging over, about a 1/2 inch. the way this box is made, you would think that it was like more precise, but the way they made it, shit, it ain't precise at all. I mean, right in the backyard with some hot glue or something. I don't know. But we're not going to talk about somebody else's stuff because we're using it. Yeah, right, Wes. So that feels about right. We've got enough on each side. You need a little bit to sew. So we're going to come right here. Now I got to come down to this mark. That's kind of a straight line. I need that. What I do with that over iron, that little one right here? Can't keep up with nothing, y'all. All right. And I don't even know if this side right here, we'll turn it over and look, but I'm not sure this side right here will even work on the other side. Remember, it's 6.5 inches in the back, and it's 6 inches in the front. So that's my piece right here for this side. Let's flip it over here, see if we got lucky. Maybe this piece right here will work for the back side too. It's a little shy right here now. Like it's a little short. So we can fix that. We got to cut another one anyway. So that's my piece. We can always make it just a little bit longer, like that. I think it was about like that. It wasn't a lot, but if it's short, it's short. Okay, so we'll take this, I'll glue some foam on it. This is rushing it a little bit when I stick this on here, but it is foam, it will dry. But it is rushing it some. They, we didn't build the box. Ain't the message, not the message. We're not, I mean, we didn't make the box, and the box is like, I don't think it's gonna look too bad once it's covered. What was that carpet there, Winston?
Right there rolled up on the table.
Oh, I see it. At least it's not gonna take a lot of carpet, but we did cover the kick panels with it, so. Oh, we did a yard of it.
I think that's what you ordered.
You know, if that speaker wasn't so close to the seam right here, I believe I would just sew one little seam in there and then put me a doggone strip of chrome on there. That would probably look pretty cool, you know, to border it and that.
It's got a big grill on the speaker.
Yeah, that big grill on the speaker would hit it, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't look good. Okay. We got this. We got this. We're going to sew this right here on down here. We got to have the carpet on this. So, the thing is, I might not be able to sew it all the way down like this. I might not be able to sew it all the way to the bottom yet, but I could come right about here and then sew this right here together. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna be able to put that French seam in there yet, because I got to sew that. I'm telling you, it's just kind of like a puzzle. You got to. We got any father's roll there, Wesley? I need to roll me at least one. I was looking for one about empty, but I don't see it. Spam ribs all day long. I mean, people need a job. What do you do?
How's your finger where you got it in the thing the other day?
Shit looks like a bruise.
It pinched the crap out of it.
Yeah, I got me a blood blister from it. Right there. I was down here pushing it, and that needle bar right there went down. Smash. It wasn't nothing like getting a stitch to it though, but I mean, it was hurt. I relieved it pretty quick though when I stuck a needle in it and let the blood out. So it quit hurting. Come on. This part right here is going to be kind of tricky because this part up here where I sew it together needs a French seam in it right here. Okay. That needs a French seam in it down to the bottom. I may have to stop it and then come in here and tie it and untie it and tie it back, like to make it work. Let's see if this might have a certain way. Let me see. I'm having to find out where the front of this is because if I don't get it exactly right, you don't get second chances on this. Right there, look, that right there looks about right there. Because it's so, it's crooked as shit right in here. So I'm gonna come right here. This is the front. Will them fingerprints come off right here, West? Okay, I think they'll come off. They wasn't my fingerprints, they was fingerprints that was on here when we got the roll. I didn't know what it was. Okay, we're gonna come right here. If I didn't have to put a French seam in it, that would be one thing. But being as I do, that's going to be another. Because I do. But I can't go all the way down because I got to add that carpet to it. So I got to leave enough space right here to add the carpet to it. I can put the French seam in. But I can't go all the way down and then have to undo the French seam. I might as well leave it right here and then put that French seam in and then come back and start back over with my French seam and tie it. We're gonna put a little bit of relief cut right in here. I'm gonna come right in here, cut that little section out where I can make that curve. It might be easier to go on and do this like this. Remember what I said about it's got to be just right. So it's got to be just right. This is very. Wesley can tell you, it will show up every doggone. If you get off just a little bit, it shows up.
And Randall sees it.
Damn right. Randall comes out here, and Randall says, "What happened?" I don't know. He's the other upholstery shop in town.
He's head of quality control.
Yeah, that's what we said. We actually come up with that title. That he's head of quality control. He critiques the work. So we're gonna come down just a little ways right here. Like that. Like that. I ain't gonna cut it off there. I'm gonna come right over here and I'm gonna cut it off. I need them stitches right there where I can I don't want it to I don't want to back stitch it or nothing like that. I want to come right in here and just tie it. Because I'm gonna start over. And when I do, I'll leave the first threads long and then I'll tie it on the back side then. Damn, that looks bad. With that, I don't guess that oil. I oil the sewing machine so much that it gets everywhere. See that? Anyway, I'm gonna come right here on this side, just like I did that. Nothing's as easy as it seems. All right, so I'll leave that right there. Leave the stitches long. If it was like a Geo Metro, hell, I could just go right through it. Wouldn't even have to worry about none of this. What a wish.
Why are you picking on Geo Metro?
Yeah, that's right. I shouldn't pick on Geo Metro. I only get about 40 miles a gallon. Shit, I should be praising Geo Metro. So anyway, I come in here, right in here, sew my carpet on. Now I can sew this up here together. Sew this and sew this piece right here on. But once I sew the carpet in place, then I can close the end up like this right here. So maybe it'll look all right once it's all said and done. Why am I picking on Geo Metro? I like a Geo Metro. I've had about 2 of them. Remember the little cars that they had down there, the smart cars on the Car Lot West?
Mm-hmm.
The guy bought one at DoorDashes. He wrecked it. $7,000. He's trying to get it.
The one that they don't fix the panels, they buy new panels to put on.
Yeah. We're gonna come out here and cut the sponge out right in the corner right here. You can come right there. Just cut across it like that. Come right here. It's kind of like a little bit of a relief cut. It ain't gonna mess your stitching up or nothing. So it'll actually help it so it won't be punched. in the corner like that. You don't want it bunched. I don't know if we showed a picture of this before and after, did we?
What you mean before? We had the thing took apart before that we started the.
I'm talking about they might have seen it while we was working on something in there. I don't know if I showed it. Remember to bust this seam. Don't sew both of them on one side. So I'm not going to back stitch this. All I'm going to do is just stitch it and then tie it on the back side. I actually want it to where it don't look like we put the French seam back together. Trying to go over this corner and make it right. I'm sorry, y'all. It does take this time to do this right here. If you don't do it, then if it was an edited video, you'd be saying, man,
We did it in 20 minutes.
yeah, that's nothing. Just speed right through it. And then whenever you try it at home, you're saying, shit, mine's taking an hour to do it. I used to do a bunch of show cars and stuff. I mean, some really, really nice stuff. And it would take hours and hours and hours to do this crap. Believe me, the money is in. The money is better from the little stuff, like what I'm doing right here. Because you got to eat, you got to survive. Unless they're gonna come give you a draw every week. I started to go backwards right now, Liz. I don't have no fingernails to pull that with. So all you do is just take it like this right here, tie it, and that way when I go to put that carpet down, I can go on the other side. I mean, I can just start back over right there with a French seam, make it look like it never stopped. And then somebody will say, that knows this type of stuff, they'll say, how did he put that together? And make that all the way down. So now, this is done. I need my red piece over here. This ain't gonna get no French seam or nothing like that. All it's gonna be done is sewed together. It's just gonna have just a seam, a lay down seam. All right, and I'm gonna actually try to line these up. To line these French seams up, make them look like somebody actually knowed what they was doing whenever they done this. See, they lined up. Close. Maybe not perfect, but the box ain't perfect. But we're gonna come right here. I'll go stick it on and see if any of this right here is supposed to be lining up like it should. Alright, this piece right here goes down in that groove. That goes just like that. Come right here. Like that. Come down. Like that. It looks like that right there ain't quite in that seam right there, Wes.
Looks a little short.
Right there does. Yeah, like it's a little short. Both of them. But that's a big, thick piece of carpet, so I can go in and re-groove it just a little bit, take some more of it out. I wish you'd look at that. Come on. I should have tied that. Okay, so I can go right and catch that. That's feel good. Right here. There. These colors, they're not mine. I mean, I just, you know what I mean? Okay, just like that. Got cup holders that's gonna go in here. The TV screen, whatever it is, goes right in there. Now we got to put the carpet. So the carpet edge on here.
You know, use your template you cut out.
Oh, where they at?
I don't know, it's up here somewhere, but you made a pattern for it.
Yeah, sure did.
It's a clear plastic somewhere.
Right here. My templates. Damn, that's gonna be good right now. And this side all with it. Didn't I make two of them?
And you said you were gonna try to use that one on the other side.
I thought I made two.
And you laid it up there on the other side and said you thought it would work.
Okay. This was this side, what? Okay, so that's that side. That. That side. I believe this is that side. I might have to cut it a little bit. Maybe. I might have to adjust it a little bit. I think this is this side. So to make the carpet go down to the outside edge. That's where it's got to be. Have we got that material that we bind at that
Just right here on the end of the table.
making a video on these on this console. What you doing? What you doing? Oh. Bet it has. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I understand. Look. So this right here, this is the piece right here that we got put that French seam on to meet up in the back. And all we did was just bind that piece like we talked about. This piece right here will roll over in the front like that. But that part right there goes down next to the carpet. I usually come on the back side like this and trim it. The other piece of plastic, the piece of plastic that I got, I'm hoping that this side right here and the other side will work out to where whenever I put this up there, my seam is going to be right here. I'm not sure if I want to put a top stitch on it or if I just want to leave it a blank stitch. Like a plain stitch. where's that seam at right there? Maybe I should have marked this carpet where that seam right there goes. But I'm thinking I got it pretty close right here anyway. So that goes just like that. Come on, let's get on it. Just like that. Just like that. Okay, I'm right. The thing is sometimes when you're throwing this together, you got to know where you're stopping and where you're starting and where them grooves is met up at. This carpet is real close to this seam. This French seam, it's just really close. Now I can stick it up there and actually give it a test fit and know exactly where I'm at. And that's one thing you got to do, especially whenever you're working on something that's kind of, it wasn't made to scale. I mean, it wasn't made to where it was like, I think they just stuck some pieces in there and priced it out. So that's right in the seam where it's supposed to go. This right here is supposed to go down like this. I made it a little long. I think it would actually look, you think it needs that stitch right in there with? It might look better with a top stitch on it. What you think? I'm gonna put one on it anyway. But then this turns into this color, and then I would have to change the stitch and go to this color. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, a lot of that's gonna be covered up with a speaker on the side.
Well, not that seam. Not that seam, it ain't. I think it'll be all right without it. When you make a chicken salad, you're making what? Chicken shit. Come right here. I'm gonna sew this all the way up and catch my other piece where I was already at. Right. Here. Line your needle up right in the original hole. right here. This is kind of a tiring process right here, where you got to come back in here, put that French seam back together. Right here. Nobody never likes to do that. I'm gonna take this right here. So this piece right here back. I'm laying the carpet down. If you don't tie this, it will come back loose. You have to tie these stitches right here by hand. If you back tack them, they're gonna show up. So I didn't back tack them. So so there we go. And that's the way. That's the way it's supposed to look, just like that. Now I'm gonna have to cut that other piece of carpet. I would like to take him. If I had the red thread and I went to that point right there, that loop was really big. If I did it down like this right here, if I get real close to this seam right here, this seam, it's gonna make it look ugly. This seam. I mean, I'd have to go across that seam, so I'm probably just gonna have to leave it. I could come right in here and do the back side of this right here on this one, and it might look all right, you know. Maybe I could do that and just not put one up here because it's too close to that seam right there. I don't want to go no farther than that stitch right here. I want to line it up inside that stitch. Like that. If you can see that. Can you see that, Wiz? That stitch right here, I didn't go no further than that stitch right there. So it kind of made it look like it was all made together. Okay. I may come right in here and just start it. Just start it right in here. I might do that. I don't know. Shit. That's kind of under the dash. You really won't see it. All right. Now it's time to make this other piece right here. And then I had to what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead on wait. This piece right here, that carpet look like it right in this section right in here. It looked like it was a little short than this. So one thing I'm gonna do is go ahead on and start spraying there. What's wrong with this thing?
You got glue?
You hear it? Yeah, I do it. All right. So this piece right here, I need to take it and I might have to trim it just a little bit. So you can already tell right here, it's way too long. So we're gonna come right in here. Right in here, make it a little longer where I can put my binding on it. And then come out. So that piece will work. All I gotta do is just modify it just a little bit. Right here. Now we got our piece. So that would need to go just like this to get the carpet on the right side. Now, I like this carpet. It's called like what, 501 loop, something like that. It's kind of a short nap carpet. I think it looks good in the old cars. So they kind of knocked it out of the park on that one. We'll come right here. I'll do it at material width. Just so that binding width.
It's right there in front of you.
Where's it always at with?
Right in front of you.
When Flex Steel closed down and moved to Mexico, we bought a bunch of material and stuff from Flex Steel. This right here is some of that material. So it works good on certain things like this right here. Maybe, you know, like making some binding or something. The closer we get to putting this together, the more that material right here looks kind of like what's on the door. Corner. I'm just folding this over like this. Just tightly folding it over. I don't have a binding foot or whatever to fold that and make it do that. Like, so I'm just folding it over, and I'm catching it right where the seam meets the carpet, to where you can't see the stitches. So it's just kind of like a little blind stitch right there. You can't really tell. So if you look, you can't see none of the stitching or nothing like that, and it's got the binding on it. Take and cut this little excess right here off. Probably about 1/4 inch, maybe a little less, to the seam. So now it's time to sew this piece on here. So that piece right there is on, just like we did a while ago. I'm gonna come right in here, put this seam right here back together, and then I start it back inside that stitch right there. my stitches out a little bit where I have something to tie. You always want to come right up here and put your needle in. Put your needle in to the same right here where your stitch is, right there. That way, nobody's the wiser that you started and stopped. Just tie your stitches back, just like I've been doing. All right, and I'm gonna have to spray some glue on this right here to get it just right. First, I'm gonna come right here and start it. Right here. All right, there we go. So now I'm gonna take and glue this right here. Always test fit it first. So we're gonna test fit it, but I'm gonna glue it. We're done with the carpet. I feel like I'm gonna have to pull this kind of tight to get it everywhere I want it to go. That's what it's gonna look like once it's done. Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna have to be tight, whatever that is that come off the hole. All right, so that seam lines up. So I want to cut this center stitch right here. I want to cut it down just a little bit. You know, you don't want it sticking up. I don't want no glue on this carpet either. So I'm gonna try to cover it up. this is whenever you're working on something that ain't got a square place on it. This is basically what you're gonna have to do. Test it, fit it, test it, fit it, until you finally get it. I'm gonna attempt to stick some of this before I let it dry, because if I let it dry and it touches, I'm done. Come on. It will do you like that. It will. It will. It don't care. It will make you act out. Kill him, Wes. Want it. Nobody said it was easy.
Fast.
Uh,
Or fast.
Nobody said that. Trying to put that seam in there. Did I cut? We know a speaker goes in there to help. I mean, it's gonna help hold some of that right there down, but a big old hole right there. I'm trying to press it down to make it stick. See if I can do this side. Get me a staple gun, Wes. That was quick. Hey, how long the staples do I have in?
That's what I can tell you. You need to check. I think I got quarter in there. Because I put them in there earlier.
Right Here's one. So that is wood. You know, I'm gonna have to. Some of this stuff is kind of hard to get it to hold. I must have pulled the glue off the carpet because I didn't let it sit. Okay. I got to pull this down and get it into place. Just wiggle the carpet and get it back. We're gonna take and staple some of these, glue them and staple them. We want it to stay on. So we got the back. I might have to put a little steam on that. And the front. this thing was falling apart when we got it. That liquid nail really hit, didn't it?
It sturdied it up. I laid some pieces of 3/8 up there.
Oh, you did? Okay. All I'm doing is just stapling that down up under here into that wood and rolling this right here over. Just like that. Was this cut out even? Yeah, it was cut out even. What it was.
The speaker, yes.
Yeah. Normally we'll take this right here with a heat gun and go back and singe that carpet so it don't unravel or anything like that. This right here actually has to be pulled back a little bit, this carpet, because there's a few screws that goes in there to hold that radio, or what was the...
Yes, the mounts for the radio.
He didn't want to cut holes in his dash on that 55, so that's the reason that they made this right here. So.
There's one right in front of me.
I'm gonna see if this right here fits. So it does. I don't want it too loose. Then we got one more back here. Which one had all them lights?
One of them did, one of them didn't. I don't know if it was the front or the back one.
I think they both had it, and they took the light out of one of them.
All I know is it wasn't hooked up.
all kind of bushings and everything else. I think it's a storage thing. So we're gonna take it over there to the shop. Battery almost dead.
I assumed I just plugged it up.
A little bit hard there with it. So there's the cup holders. The string goes right in here. I'm probably going to take and cut that really careful and cut this foam out. Maybe with a brand new razor or something. This will not work. The thing is if you cut too deep, every bit of this has got to be redone. Ain't that right, Wes?
Mm-hmm.
Every bit of it's got to be redone if you cut too deep. So all I'm doing is just trying to cut through that quarter-inch pad, like really careful. Talk about taking a chance. It is taking a chance. But we're going. Take my knife. And if I had rather tear the foam and leave a little bit because I got to pull it off. But taking a chance on cutting that foam, cutting that piece of material is a big risk. You can tear it by hand. It's hard to cut the material, but if you cut that little edge of that material and not go all the way through it, then you can pull this right here off. Like that. You just have to pick it like that. Just pick that little piece of foam off. And then you can spray it. And if you got a staple gun, you can staple it, or either you can just fold it back. I'm thinking with that piece of foam on there, it would be too thick because it was really tight. And that's the reason I pulled it off. So I'm gonna come right here. I'm not gonna cut it all the way up to the edge. I'm not gonna cut it up here. I'm gonna cut it right here. I feel like I can stretch it. You see the TV screen that's got to go through it. It don't have no lip on it. It does not have no lip that goes around it, does it? So it's got to fit through here. If I cut it all the way up to the edge, it's gonna be seen. So you got to know what you're working with, and I'm gonna cut it right back here. There we go. I'm going to say now's a good time to get your heat gun out and plug up your staple gun. If you don't have no wood, then you got to wait till it dries. So let's heat it up. That thing had plastic touching it, didn't it, Wes? Just heat it up. We're gonna pull this really tight. It's got to be. That screen's going in there. The opening ain't very big already. Pulling that good and tight. I'm stretching it in the corners. Okay. We're gonna have to work them in, that corners in. Don't think I can put one in there with I just don't. I need something to push with it. Maybe this. That did not hold. That did. What you got, pliers?
You wanted to pull that one out?
Yeah. Like that. Like that. Yeah, I do want to pull that one out. Just like that. We're gonna take and see how that screen looks in there. All right, so that's the way it's gonna look once it's in. That's a doggone whatever that is. My hand's on there. But anyway, that's the way it'll look. Can they see that? Once it's all said and done, once we mount them brackets in there. All right, we're gonna go over there and put it in the car. Let everybody see what it looks like. And get the alcohol, get that off. It's like glue on my fingers. It's getting on there. Not that alcohol will take it off. It didn't hurt it. Okay. This is what it looked like before. If you can tell. It was just like this. Just like that. And somebody had some carpet back here that they put on it, and it was just, who knows? Just a shop done it. Probably back in the 70s. Who knows? Not what 70s because all this new stuff that's in here. All right, we're gonna walk over here real quick and look, and we'll go from there. That it, Wes? That's it. Yeah, I don't know if it's got anything to anchor it down. I think it's just kind of wedged in there. But
Once the seat's in there, I don't think it's going nowhere. 'Cause I think it's all the way up against the seat.
yeah, once it, I think that does touch the front of the seat, but we couldn't put it no further than that, and we went right here to the edge of the carpet where the carpet stops right here, and we made that piece right there and stuck it on the bottom of there to cover up the carpet. That piece was gone. It was broke and brittly. We still got to do some stuff over here on this side, but that's the way it's going to be. This does look more orange. The outside looks a little more red, don't it? But they never painted this. But that's it. So if you like it, like and subscribe. If you don't, then hey.
Have a great day.
Yeah, have a great day. Thanks everybody for looking. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.